Finally, I have one in the cave. The Rapid Air Weapons or RAW HM1000x. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD, and what a beauty this thing is. Oh my god, this thing is a laser beam accuracy wise. Yep, even in my lefty hand, it's accurate. It's accurate. Well, this is the HM1000x. I have done a video, it was just a bit of a range time video a few years ago. I think it was a 35 cal one of these. I think it was slightly different. Do you know what? I actually forget that video. It was ages ago. I'll throw a link up there to that video at the end of this video where you can sort of see the high power one. But this one is a sub 12 version. This one is kindly on loan from Elite Optical Distribution. This thing is so nice, guys. I always think of the HM1000s as a beefed up, and I probably shouldn't really say it, but it's like a Vira HW100 that's been to the gym. If that makes sense. It's like a beefed up HW100. I don't know why, it just reminds me of that. I think it's just the shape of the receiver block and, you know, the lever, but this thing is so nice to shoot. Let me throw out some specs on this thing. This has some real nice features on it. It's not as sort of tunable or modular as something like an FX Impact or anything like that, but if you just want a solid, and I mean a rock solid gun that will just do the job from, you know, the get-go, that is pretty much bomb proof, I think this is it. But they ain't cheap, I ain't gonna lie, they are not cheap. But basically the HW, oh my god, the HM1000 is a hand finished, tested and tuned rifle. So at the factory, it's all sort of, you know, tuned up and made to be absolutely spot on out the factory. It's got a fully adjustable trigger. It's got a Lothar Walther barrel, fully regulated action as well. So it is regulated. It's got a 20 MOA rail built in, so that rail there has actually got 20 MOA built into it. Okay, 480cc carbon fiber wrapped aluminium bottle as standard. You can have there is a choice of 5 stock colours. This one obviously is the grey. They do blue, red, green, and I think there's another one I can't think off the top of my head. And you can get it in FAC as well, so firearm rated, so higher power version. Like I said, this one is in sub 12, and I'm just going to jump straight in, I think, to accuracy, because this is what this thing did. Now, I used a variety of pellets, and I was shooting at my normal 30-yard test range, and these are the results I got. Now, I used 5 different flavors of pellets here, and basically these are 3-shot groups. Okay, so along each line here is a different pellet. Okay, so 3-shot groups in each target. The first type of pellet that I used was Field Target Trophy by H&N. These are 14.66 grain pellets. I used them first. This was the accuracy I got, so I'm just putting my finger there for scale, so to speak. Then when I changed pellets, I put a magazine through just onto a gong, just to get the barrel sort of accustomed to the next type of pellet, so to speak. Next type I did use was the RWS Superfield. They were 15.9 grains. That's them. They did pretty damn well. Also, 3-shot groups. Really good. While I mentioned the target as well, guys that want to know about the power, this was, I think it was running at 11.4 foot-pounds. The next type of pellet that I used was the Barracuda 15s, which are these, which are a bit longer. They're quite a heavier pellet, so 15.89 grains. Those ones are, they group really, really well, as you can see there. All right, the odd flyer. This is 30 yards, guys. So anything sort of thumbnail at 30 yards from a sub-12 air gun is pretty damn good in my book. Now, this is quite interesting. We went on to the H&M Barracuda Greens, which are the, I'll show you these. These are the non-toxic, non-lead. So they're shiny, shiny as well. These ones are sometimes a bit temperamental in certain air guns, I've noticed, but they did start shooting high because obviously they're a lot lighter, 12.96 grains. So at first they did shoot high. So these two targets here, they went a little bit higher, and then I just adjusted and sort of held under a little bit, and they were the groups that I got. So not bad. And then the next ones that I used were the JSB Exact Jumbo RS. They are 13.43 grains, and they were pretty decent as well. So this is an accurate rifle. There's no doubt about it. Really, really accurate. Let's just move the pellets out of the way. So yeah, it pretty much liked whatever I fed it. You know, it was pretty good. Now, some of the specs I'll put in the details of the video down below, like weight and lengths and that sort of stuff. But oh, do you know what? Let's just do the length. I'll get the tape measure out. So this is the length. Now you don't get the moderator with it. That's a Virak moderator. But overall length is, we'll say 36 inches. Barrel length on this one is, I'm going to say 16 inches. So weight, like I said, I'll throw that in the details of the video because I've yet to weigh it. It isn't the lightest of air guns. There's no doubt about that. So where would I put this? I would say this would be an ideal target gun, or if you wanted something a bit industrial as far as robustness and durability and absolute just rock solid air gun, I think this might be an option for, like, if you was a professional pest controller or something like that, you wanted something where it was just, you've not got to fiddle with or tweak or anything, you just load it up and shoot, then this might be an option for you. It ain't cheap though. Like I say, this is just over £2 here in the UK for the rifle. Now, this, as you can see, has a laminate stock. You can also get it, and I'll show you more detail in a minute, but you can also get the chassis for it, which is this. So it's AR-15 style stock, you know, with a buffer tube and a castle nut, as you can see there, AR-15 style pistol grip. And then you've got like this aluminium chassis. It makes the rifle a lot more pointable and a lot lighter. There's no doubt about that. So you have got the option of that, and it isn't fully adjustable as well. So the cheek piece is adjustable. You have got a Picatinny rail under here for like a monopod as well. Butt pad there with some quite chunky checkering. Flipping at that, that almost looks like Picatinny rail on the actual butt pad there. So that is an option for you. So that is pretty cool. I'll leave that there actually, just so we can see it. But in this laminate, it's just stunning. You've got an adjustable cheek piece here. It is ambidextrous, real nice fat pistol grip there. It has, oh, I'm knocking lights down. Well, not quite, but a nice pistol grip there. Very chunky indeed. Okay. Recoil pad or stock pad, butt pad, whatever you want to call it. To adjust that cheek piece for height, you've obviously got to just use an Allen wrench there just to adjust that up and down. This was perfectly set up for myself. And then I do like how the trigger guard is like that. So it's kind of like an open trigger guard. The trigger on this was amazing. That is your safety catch. That's probably my only gripe. I'm never that keen on safety catches that are right next to, or, you know, right near the trigger or on the trigger or anything. Myself, if it was, you know, if it was me designing this, and I know it wasn't, but I'd probably just have a catch up here. But that's just me. But I'm just not a lover of safety catches within the trigger guard. There is your filler port there. Side lever cocking, as you can see in the footage of the that I'm rolling in now. Really, really smooth. This cocking lever is absolutely solid. It really is a pleasure to shoot, this rifle is. Then you've got, moving along the fore end, there is nice checkering along the fore end here, and that bottom rail that sort of incorporates the trigger guard as well has got M-lock slots in, so you can throw on a bipod like this demo rifle is wearing. So that is really nice. 480cc carbon fibre wrapped aluminium bottle there. Carbon fibre wrapped barrel as well. Free floating Lothar Walther barrel. Threaded obviously at the end. Like I said, this has got a bit of a bruised and battered Viroc mod, but it's super silent. It really is super silent. There is your manometer there. Just a solid air gun. There's no doubt about it. By the way, if you are wondering, that is a Wolf scope riding on top. That was a real nice scope actually to use on this rifle. So quite impressed with that. Very, very nice indeed. I think, what mag was it? It was a 6.5. I know that. 6.5 to 25 by 50 SFP to be precise. The Wolf Hurricane. Very nice scope. Did enjoy looking through that. Just a nice ret in there. Just remind myself, like a mil dot ret in there. Really, really nice. But just an absolutely indestructible. I'm not going to, no, probably shouldn't really say that, because there'll be people in the comments saying, well, I had one of these and it failed or fell to bits. I'm sure it didn't, but you know, there'll be someone in the comments. Magazines, cassette style magazines, really, really nice to use, easy to use, and I had no hiccups or issues loading them, even with cold fingers. They just worked really well. Spring loaded, so you basically, it's even got an arrow, so even the likes of me don't get confused. You literally just crank it around like that, put one pellet in, your finger over the bottom, that's how I did it anyway, and then just sort of go around and fill them all up. Pop it in, it loads in from the the left hand side like that, he says, and it's got like a last shot stop on it, so that's what the mag looks like when it's in. Okay, just take that out. Now while it is cocked, I will give the trigger a pull, see what it is doing. The trigger was super nice on this, it really was. Let's just give it a pull on the trusty trigger gauge. Oh my God, oh, and I've just, don't worry, there was nothing in it. I've just blew one of my, something off my shelf anyway. Let's do that again. My God, that was like 7.2 ounces on that trigger. And I think I pulled it a bit hard as well. Let's pull it again. In fact, let's adjust that. Let's reset the trigger guard, reset the trigger pull, and we'll try that again. Oh my God, 6.9 ounces. That is that is a super light trigger, super light. Don't worry guys, I didn't kill anything the other side of the rat cave. I've just literally blown I think it's, I'll just reach out. Yeah, it's just a 4570 shell that I've got on the shelf. Let's get rid of that. One of them anyway, there's about 3 on the floor, it blew a few off. But yeah, a real nice rifle. It was just a joy to shoot, this rifle was. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, guys. And, you know, that is, to be fair, that is to be expected. You know, for a rifle that's over £2 grand, yeah, it needs to be accurate. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't really be that impressed with it. But, like I said, in my opinion, I think this is a great target rifle, or as in a bench rest. I mean target as in it would make an absolutely great bench rest rifle in the laminate stock. A great hunting rifle in the chassis, I think. That is how I would run it myself. Target in the laminate, hunter in the chassis. I think, you know, just to keep the weight down on that, unless obviously you're running it off a tripod or something, you're just sort of rat bashing, then absolutely, you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, very impressed with the RAW HM1000x. It was, like I said, just a joy to shoot. Shot count wise, I'll put that in the details of the video because I've not quite finished sort of shooting this, so I want to see exactly how many it does and just compare it. I'm going to fill it up again just to get a little bit more data for this video. But so impressed. I'm just dead excited to sort of get this rifle on the table. It's one that I've wanted to have here in the rat cave for a good while now. So, but yeah, the HM1000x from Rapid Air Weapons. Very, very nice indeed. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. That is Rack and Load. See ya.